Hello again, and welcome back to Daily English. I'm Alex. Today, we have a very special episode. We are going back to Sherwood Forest. But today, the story is longer, the danger is greater, and the adventure is more exciting. Last time, we met Robin Hood and Little John, but an army needs more than two men. Today, the merry men will face their biggest challenge yet. We will meet a funny monk with a big secret. We will sneak inside the dark castle of Nottingham, and we will see a daring rescue mission. This is a long story, so find a comfortable chair. Take a deep breath. Are you ready? Let's open the book to Chapter 2. Winter was coming to Sherwood Forest. The green leaves turned orange and brown. The air became cold and crisp. The wind blew through the trees with a whistling sound. Robin Hood and his band of merry men were busy. They were preparing for the hard winter. They needed food, they needed warm clothes, and they needed more friends. One morning, Robin was walking alone near a bubbling stream. He was looking for deer to hunt. The forest was quiet. Birds were singing softly. Suddenly, Robin heard a strange noise. Someone was singing, and they were singing very loudly and very badly. La la la, la la la. Robin walked toward the sound. Sitting by the river, he saw a man. But this was not a soldier, and it was not a poor farmer. It was a monk, a holy man of the church. But this monk was unusual. He was short, very fat, and had a round red face. He was eating a giant turkey leg and singing happy songs. Robin smiled. He walked out of the trees. He said, "Good morning, Holy Father. You seem very happy today." The monk stopped singing. He looked at Robin. He did not know who Robin was. The monk said, "I am happy because the sun is shining and this food is delicious. Who are you?" Robin did not say his name. He wanted to test the monk. Robin said, "I am just a traveler. I need to cross this river, but I do not want to get my boots wet. You are a big, strong man. Carry me across." The monk chewed his food. He looked at Robin's boots. He looked at the water. Then the monk smiled a mischievous smile. He said, "Very well, hop on my back, little traveler." Robin climbed onto the monk's wide back. The monk walked into the icy cold water. Step by step, he walked to the middle of the river. But then he stopped. Robin said, "Why did you stop? Keep moving." The monk said, "Oh, I am sorry. I seem to be tired." Suddenly, the monk leaned forward. Splash! He dropped Robin Hood right into the freezing cold water. The monk laughed loudly. "Ho, ho, ho!" Robin stood up, dripping wet. He was shivering. Usually, Robin would be angry, but he looked at the fat monk and he started to laugh too. It was a good joke. Robin said, "You are funny, monk, and you are strong. What is your name?" The man said, "I am Friar Tuck." Robin said, "I am Robin Hood, and I need men like you. Will you join us?" Friar Tuck's eyes went wide. He had heard of Robin Hood. He said, "It would be an honor. I can cook for your men, and I can fight with my staff." And so the merry men gained a new member. But the happiness did not last long. That evening, a young boy ran into the camp. He was out of breath. He was crying. He shouted, "Robin, Robin, bad news!" The merry men gathered around the fire. The forest became silent. Robin put his hand on the boy's shoulder. He asked, "What is wrong? Speak slowly." The boy said, the sheriff has captured Will Scarlet." A gasp went through the crowd. Will Scarlet was Robin's nephew. He was young, brave, and loved by everyone. The boy continued. They took him to Nottingham Castle. The sheriff says he will hang him tomorrow at noon. Robin's face turned hard. His eyes burned with fire. He looked at Little John. He looked at Friar Tuck. Robin said, "We cannot let him die. Will Scarlet is our family." Little John said, "But Robin, the castle is a fortress. The walls are high. The gates are locked. There are hundreds of soldiers. It is suicide." Robin stood up. He picked up his bow. He said, "It is dangerous, yes, but we are the merry men. We do not leave our friends behind." Robin made a plan. It was a crazy plan. He said, "We will not fight an army. We will use our brains." The next morning, the sun rose over the city of Nottingham. The city was busy. People were gathering in the main square. In the center of the square, there was a wooden platform. This was where the execution would happen. The sheriff of Nottingham stood on a balcony. He looked down at the people. He was wearing black clothes. He looked evil and proud. He thought, "Today I will kill Will Scarlet, and maybe Robin Hood will try to save him, and I will catch him too." The soldiers brought Will Scarlet out. His hands were tied. He looked tired, but he was not afraid. The crowd was sad. They liked Will. Suddenly, at the back of the crowd, there was a commotion. A group of musicians walked in. There were 5 of them. They wore colorful clothes. They played drums and flutes. They were loud and silly. The sheriff shouted, "Quiet! Who are those fools?" One of the musicians stepped forward. He had a long beard and a big hat. It was Robin Hood in disguise. Robin shouted, "My lord, we are the best band in England. We want to play music for this special event." The sheriff was annoyed, but he liked music. He said, "Fine, play something, but be quick. Then we hang the prisoner." The musicians started to play a fast song. The people started to clap. The soldiers started to tap their feet. The music got faster and faster. Robin looked at the soldiers guarding Will Scarlet. They were distracted. Robin gave a secret signal to his friends in the crowd. Little John was hiding near the platform. Friar Tuck was hiding near the gate. Suddenly, Robin stopped playing. He pulled out a hidden horn. Toot! The sound was loud and sharp. Instantly, the musicians threw away their instruments. They pulled out swords and bows. Robin shouted, "Now for Will Scarlet!" Little John jumped onto the platform. He knocked down 2 guards. bam, bash! He cut the ropes tying Will Scarlet's hands. Will grabbed a sword from a fallen soldier. He smiled and said, "You are late, uncle." Robin laughed, "Better late than never." The square turned into chaos. Soldiers were running everywhere. The people were screaming and running away. The sheriff was furious. He screamed, "Close the gates! Don't let them escape!" The heavy wooden gates started to close. Creak, boom. Robin saw the gates closing. He shouted, "Run to the gate, fast!" The merry men fought their way through the soldiers. Clang, clash. Arrows flew through the air. Friar Tuck was at the gate. He was fighting 3 soldiers at once with his wooden staff. He was shouting, "Move! Move!" Robin and Will Scarlet ran toward the opening. The gap in the gate was getting smaller. It was only 1 meter wide now. Little John pushed the soldiers back. He yelled, "Go, Robin! I am right behind you!" Robin, Will, and the others squeezed through the closing gate just in time. They ran across the drawbridge. They jumped onto their horses waiting outside. The sheriff stood on his balcony. His face was red with rage. He shook his fist at them. He screamed, "I will get you, Hood! I will get you!" But Robin did not look back. He rode his horse fast toward the green trees of Sherwood. That night there was a great party in the forest. They made a huge fire, they roasted food, they drank ale. Robin Scarlet was safe. Friar Tuck was telling the story of how he fought the soldiers. Everyone was laughing. Robin sat by the fire watching his friends. He was tired. His body hurt, but his heart was full. He looked at the stars in the sky. He knew the war with the sheriff was not over. Tomorrow there would be more danger, but tonight they were safe. Tonight they were free. And as long as they had each other, the legend of Robin Hood would never die. The forest was their home, and no king, no prince, and no sheriff could ever take it away. Whew, what a mission! That was intense. I was worried about Will Scarlet for a minute there. But, of course, Robin always has a plan. Because this was a long story, we have a lot of vocabulary. But let's focus on just 4 difficult words to help you remember. Number 1, commotion. Commotion. This means a lot of noise and confusion. When the musicians started playing, they caused a commotion in the crowd. Number 2, execution. Execution. This is a very serious word. It means the legal killing of a prisoner. The sheriff wanted the execution of Will Scarlet. Number 3, distracted. Distracted. This means not paying attention. The soldiers were distracted by the music, so they didn't see Little John. And finally, squeeze. Squeeze. To move through a very small or tight space. They had to squeeze through the closing castle gates. So, commotion, execution, distracted, and squeeze. You did a great job listening to this long episode. Listening to long stories is the best way to train your brain. If you survived this adventure, give us a like and subscribe. I'm Alex. I will see you in the next adventure. Goodbye.